don't think the future is coming. I think the future is here now.
It was not copying the bone structure, it was more copying the thing behind.
Everything which we all have thought about in the last decades, 2 decades, is now coming to life.
Ottobock now is not just a product company, but we're also a software and very much a digital company.
Scanner ist gefragt und eine gute Software, die einfach zu bedienen ist.
That software should be as seamless as much as possible.
The nice part about the Easy Scan is how detailed that scan is.
3D printing has really opened up a lot of doors.
I'm very proud that I've been a part of that solution.
There will be a lot of more sleepless nights coming up.
What keeps us going every day is really seeing the patients and seeing what your products can do.
I get to help amputees walk again. There's nothing more rewarding than that.
It was this huge emotional moment in my life where I finally felt like, hey, I'm getting back to being me.
Jestem przeszczęśliwa, że mogę chodzić w tym systemie i jest naprawdę wow.
Jeder Mensch ist in der Lage, das zu schaffen, was er möchte. Man muss es nur wollen. Das gilt für alle Menschen auf dieser Welt. Ich heiße Betula Demir. Ich hatte 2012 einen Arbeitsunfall. Seitdem bin ich halt Unterschenkel amputiert. Zu dem Zeitpunkt war ich auch als Fußballtrainer tätig. Und anschließend habe ich dann das auch wieder weitergemacht als Trainer mit der Prothese. Dann habe meine Fußballschuhe, die habe ich natürlich nicht weggeschmissen. Die lagen auf dem Dachboden. Eine davon waren ganz neu, die hatte ich 2012 auch gekauft gehabt. Und ich habe die Fußballschuhe dann angezogen. Und es hat einfach funktioniert. Beim Schaft ist es auch ganz wichtig, dass der Schaft auch passt. Wenn der Schaft passt, dann fühlt man sich auch automatisch auch sicherer. Das war auch das erste Mal, wo ich wirklich auf dem Rasen, auf dem Sportplatz gelaufen bin. Es war wirklich wie neugeboren halt, ne, weil ich konnte laufen, springen und sprinten. Ich habe eigentlich mein Leben so weit im Griff. Ich habe alles, was ich brauche und ich mache alles, was ich möchte. Und das ist für mich die Hauptsache. Ne?
Before I joined the Ottobock company, I was working at the Charité Hospital. And then one day, some guys came in cleaning things out. They'd thrown away some strange black plates where human bone was stitched on. There was the name of Julius Wolf written below, and he was slicing bones to find out what's the structure behind. 5 years ago, I joined an experimental group. I got in contact with 3D printing, and I have a lot of knowledge that I collected the last 35 years. And now merging this together was quite inspiring. It was not like copying the bone structure, it was more copying the thing behind. How to create a structure that is oriented towards the forces to get a maximum stability with a minimum material.
3D printing enables you to create things that you wouldn't be able to create with traditional manufacturing methods. I'm Rupa. I'm a development engineer at Ottobock in Salt Lake City. With this particular socket, it was modeled off of the trabecular structure inside of bone, so it enables you to hollow out the inside while keeping a lot of strength properties.
There's no chance of knitting this or melting this or grinding this out of something. So the only way to do that was 3D printing.
The printer we're using has a powder base, so even other simpler 3D printing technologies would have gravitational impact and you would not be able to generate something like this. The whole product would collapse.
So the technology that we use is called multi-jet fusion, and that is a powder bed fusion system. My name is Emily Simpson. I am the PCO, or the Production Coordination Officer, for the TT socket project. So what we print out of is polyamide 12, which is a nylon powder. It provides flexibility to the patient. It can be donned and doffed easily, but it also is strong enough to withstand everyday wear.
This volume cannot be touched because this is where the human stump goes inside. So this is the little thing that you have, end of stump to the top of the socket adapter. Sometime later we had the proof of concept that this is working pretty good. This, and especially in this material, it looks also very bone-like. First of all, we have to make a prosthetic socket that the patient is happy with, that the CPO is happy with, and that is comparable to normal analog standards. This would never be a product without all the guys in the background.
MyFit TT is a 3D printed socket for below knee prosthesis applications. The benefit for the user is that thanks to the 3D printed socket, that the shape is exact and precise. Within the MyFit TT solution, Ottobock offers now really a detailed end-to-end process chain which seamlessly is connected.
And this is what we call digital to walk, where we have not only segments of solutions, no, they are all embedded into an entire platform. Here at Ottobock, I'm leading digital startup teams which develop new products and new process chains to serve our customers and drive their transformation. And I know also firsthand what does it mean in terms of overcome personal challenges and giving hope and power with new mobility solutions like a prosthesis. And this is also what drives me, bringing real solutions to solving real problems with really latest and greatest technology, and helping in this decade to change the way we have worked. We have to think about solutions and first winning setups, which really helps not only one person in the chain, our customer, which really helps also his customer to solve problems.
Ich bin Johannes Siegel. Was mich persönlich antreibt, ist nicht nur die Technologie, sondern auch das Psychologische dahinter und den Menschen wirklich zu helfen, in unserem Fall wieder laufen zu können. Was können wir in der Digitalisierung noch besser machen? Und daraufhin haben wir uns die Frage gestellt, okay, worauf wollen wir uns konzentrieren? Scanner ist gefragt, eine gute Software, die einfach zu bedienen ist. Und mit dem Wissen haben wir uns dann auf die Suche gemacht, um genau das richtige Tool zu finden.
Ottobock now is not just a product company, but we're also a software and very much a digital company. Hi, I'm Scott Weber. I am the Senior Market Manager for the IFAB Digital Products. I really didn't know what IFAB was at first, but it stands for Individualized Fabrication. We're giving it a process and really putting focus on it and seeing how we can improve that and really help to move more products out there to our customers and through Ottobock.
What is needed to the customers to get into the product, to work with the product. What we also target is to create awareness, to make people, our customers, aware that we have the MyFit TT solution, about the benefits, supporting also what is needed to get started.
Einmal die Hardware so günstig wie möglich zur Verfügung zu stellen. Wir reden über den Scanner im Kern.
It might be surprising for a lot of people, but instead of just making products, we're now a part of the process. So everything from the scanning software, the modification software, to now the production software that goes into the 3D printer.
And this is not only for one country, but globally, as Ottobock is also a global company.
The platform technology which we have is based on a foundation of data privacy, of having the right infrastructure, which we really can scale around the world.
Listening to the amputee, listening to the customers on what they need, and then bring that to the engineering groups and teams so that we can develop products that are going to be used and can really help them in day-to-day life.
Ich habe mein Leben noch nie eine Amputierte gesehen, ob Arme oder Beine. Vielleicht gesehen, aber nicht wahrgenommen. Irgendwann nach der Amputation kam dann Prothese in Frage. Also ich musste ja theoretisch gesehen gehen, neu lernen.
Jestem bardzo aktywną osobą i dla mnie ma znaczenie to, jak chodzi mi się w protezie. Cześć, jestem Danka, mieszkam w Polsce. W wolnej chwili trenuję siatkówkę na siedząco. Wcześniej jednak trzeba było przyjeżdżać do protetyka, robić pomiarki, przyjeżdżać, sprawdzać, dopasowywać, a teraz jest to niesamowite.
Vorher wurde ich immer eingegipst. Man sitzt die ganze Zeit da und wartet, bis das Gips eingetrocknet ist. Dann hat man den ganzen Gips da, die Tüten, was sie da alles da halt beim Gipsen brauchen.
And then you would take the cast back to your lab and you would have the technician pour it with plaster of Paris. So my name is Jeff Waldmuller. My role here is a research and development prosthetist. And then the original casket's cut off, and then you're left with a positive model of that patient's limb. From there, you have to go through a modification process to compress the limb and then create a socket around that, then bring the patient back in for the test fitting.
Und es war immer irgendwas. Entweder hat die Wadenbeinköpfchen gedrückt oder etwas sich in die Kniescheibe gedrückt oder eine Seite gedrückt.
The worst part is, I mean, it's painful. Like, I'm on my leg all the time, and if I get a bad spot where it's not fitting right, then I can't wear the leg. Well, I'm Dylan Stevens. 8 years ago, I was in a motorcycle accident, which led to the below knee amputation. And if I can't wear the leg, I can't go to work. I can't chase after my son. I can't take care of my family. Like, it's the worst.
Na, guter Stoff muss erstmal passen. Das braucht man auch als Amputierter.
Głowa jest wtedy spokojniejsza, jeśli człowiek jest zaopatrzony w dobry sprzęt, jest spokojniejszy i to jest bardzo ważne u osób po amputacji.
When I was able to put on a leg for the first time and actually walk again, it was this huge emotional moment in my life where I finally felt like, okay, I'm getting back to being me.
Being a prosthetist is very much a mix of art and science. So you have to be able to stand back and see the big picture, the artistic side of things. Every single prosthesis is completely different than the next.
For the first year and a half, I was constantly in and out of the prosthetist's office. I went through lots and lots of check sockets where the fit just was never quite right. Now that process is a little different from what I've done here with Ottobock.
I'm very happy about being now at this phase where we can launch finally the first product of our complete, let's say, portfolio, which is coming up in regards to replacing plaster and working digital in the future.
The transition to go from plaster models to digital, these CAD design sockets is actually quite simple. If you can click a mouse and you can modify a plaster model, you can do easy scan into MyFit TT.
In Bezug auf die Scanner hat sich für uns auch sehr viel getan. Nicht nur, dass sie günstiger geworden sind, sondern in der Anwendung sind sie für uns deutlich besser geworden.
So I started scanning 10 years ago with the big handheld scanner that was connected to the laptop. My name is Ryan Philippus. I'm a certified prosthetist. My main job and always has been working with patients. Product now being the easy scan, it's nice because the scanner actually, you just hold it in one hand. You have the digital display on your computer.
It's now very simple. I can do a scan in as little as 20 seconds.
Ansetzen, draufhalten, rumfahren in beide Richtungen und das Thema hat sich erledigt und somit macht das gleich viel mehr Spaß.
Saubere Arbeit, schnelle Arbeit und gute Arbeit. Und es geht wirklich ganz, ganz, ganz schnell. Halt, ne? Die halten das nur einmal so rum und scannen das ein. Und das war's schon.
Dla mnie niesamowite to jest, jak szybko wykonuje się taki lej, dlatego że nie poświęcam tak dużo swojego prywatnego czasu na to, żeby zrobiona była taka proteza i taki lej. Jest to bardzo ważne.
This is the MyFit TT socket. They scanned it and built it right off of the fit of my leg. And the most amazing thing is when they showed up and had me try it on for the first time, I'm thinking trying on that check socket, it fit.
Ich kann mit meinem Stumpf komplett reingehen und ich kann die Treppen freier damit gehen. Und bei mir ist es passt 100%ig.
The nice part about the easy scan is how detailed that scan is. I can draw all that anatomy on that limb, and when I take that scan, it shows up in the picture.
These are the same landmarks that you're using in your daily practice. Simply just mark on your liner using either sticker dots, and you can capture the limb shape. What's great about this scanner is it also captures the image and the texture of your scan, your object. So when you go back to modify, you can refer back to those markings, and they're not three-dimensional, so you don't have to cut and trim those out. You can simply just look at the image and see where you place all of those markers.
Eine weitere Herausforderung war letztlich dann auch die Modifizierung, denn konventionell modifiziert man am Gips, man raspelt, man trägt ab, man trägt auf. Das Ganze dann im digitalen Bereich zu machen, an einem Bildschirm, wo man keine Haptik hat, das ist erstmal eine große Hürde.
In the end, that software should be as seamless and not there as much as possible, because If they are trying to get the device and they remember the software, then we kind of did our job wrong. My name is Jonathan Yen. I work in IFAB. Position is product owner for software and UX. With TT, there was a specific tool, and it's called a reduction tool. There's a lot of information displayed to the user. They have a lot of options that they can do on the screen. In order to take all of that, bring it down to a very small side panel and have it be 1, understandable, 2, usable, and 3, beautiful, that's a challenge.
We are aiming for an accuracy below 1 millimeter for our use cases. My name is Marvin. I am a computer vision engineer here at IFAB. Computer vision is mainly used for, machine perception. In order to take all these different images we collect with the scanner, and in order to actually create a 3D object out of it, we need to have something called a 3D reconstruction. This is computationally very, very heavy. And this is a challenge to have this done effectively and in real time. I think that the device is a very big step for Ottobock. The software is a huge success so far. The feedback that we're getting after the last update is great. And I'm very proud that I've been a part of that solution.
CPOs have been doing this stuff for 100 years. And what we're introducing is a new digital process. And sometimes you do need to take a couple steps back before you can take steps forward again.
Die etwas älteren Kollegen tun sich tatsächlich noch etwas schwer damit, aber auch da stellen wir fest, wenn sie sich einmal mit dem Thema zur Genüge auseinandergesetzt haben, funktioniert das auch sehr gut.
The longer somebody has been using their hands for, the more reluctant they are to move into the digital age. What I try to get them to understand is you can create anything on the computer that you create by your hands, but the computer still doesn't know that patient's limb like we do. There might be spots on that patient's limb that are really sensitive that the computer doesn't know how to, make the adjustment for that.
Where we take a digital scan of their limb, we receive their file, we can turn around that socket in a matter of days instead of them having to go through a variety of sockets until they find the perfect one that fits.
I think there's always a good reason also to try for new things and give new solutions also a chance. But in the end, of course, it's also really the experience and the clinician who has the connection and is reliable also to give the best treatment and prosthetic device to the patient.
I know exactly the experience of a good CPO can only be replaced by the experience of a good CPO. And what drives me really is bringing back mobility. And for me, it's not the question how I do it, it's the question that I do it.
Prosthetic pokazał mi, jak się tworzy taki lej, więc sam informacja, jak stworzony został ten lej i jak się czułam chodząc, było coś niesamowitego.
But also, it allows us to be more patient focused. If I'm spending less time doing stuff with my hands back in the lab, then I can spend more time with that patient interaction.
I'm very confident that prosthetists and CPOs will figure out how to use this scanner. I'm really excited about the continued future development in MyFit TT as we continue moving along.
MyFit TT is just the beginning, because based out of that we can create more prostheses for upper limb, lower limb, and also for other body parts. Why? Because we have that entire digital to 3D print chain.
For sure, it's a people business from start to finish, from the people we're helping, from our customers to the employees, and the end user for sure makes us a people company.
My son is 2, Charles. He is so demanding of my time. He is running around constantly and I am chasing him. If the leg's not fitting right, I can't keep up. And that always is gonna cause a problem. But when I've got a good fit, then we can run, we can play, and he's happy and I'm happy.
Chce się rano wstawać, żyć, cieszyć życiem, funkcjonować normalnie, pójść do pracy, pobawić się z dziećmi, czy uprawiać, czy nie sport, tak jak ja to robię. I to jest naprawdę niesamowite, że jest ten spokój psychiczny, ponieważ ma się dobrą protezę.
Man muss erstmal die Prothese annehmen. Das ist mein Bein. Das besteht nicht aus Metall oder aus Plastik. Das ist mein Bein. Das muss man erstmal verstehen und auch annehmen. Was will ich in meinem Leben? Was will ich erreichen? Jeder Mensch ist in der Lage, das zu schaffen, was er möchte. Man muss es nur wollen. Klar, es funktioniert nicht alles einwandfrei, aber wenn man am Ende das Ziel erreicht hat, dann ist doch schön.